Hi folks, today I want to talk about a topic that I think a lot of us have seen pretty frequently in recent years. And as you can tell by the title of the video, I call it corporate counterfeiting. Uh, well, I think we all know what a copy is. Many things that we use that are high quality, well made, are copies of other things. Either the patents have expired, it's a licensed copy where one company is paying another company to use their patents. We're all familiar with copies. We're also aware of, if not very familiar with, counterfeits, where you'll have a company that doesn't have a good reputation, doesn't have a reputation for quality, and they will try to mimic the appearance of a quality product and pass it off as that product, which is immoral, in most cases illegal. But what is corporate counterfeiting? Corporate counterfeiting is a term that I think I came up with. I don't know that anyone else uses that term. But what I mean by corporate counterfeiting is when a company uses their own name and puts it onto a product that doesn't match the quality that you're used to seeing from them, where they're essentially selling you a counterfeit, but it is actually through their own branding. So it's not against the law, but it often leaves you, I would say, a little bit disappointed with what you get. And the example I'm going to use today for this is a wrench that I bought recently, an SK branded wrench. Now, I lost my old SK wrench, but they used to be made by Western Forge. The forging blank, anyway, was made by Western Forge in Colorado. This is a proto wrench, but it has the Western Forge stamp. The SK wrenches were almost identical to this, except for the fact that they had the kind of nickeled wheel on them, a little adjustment wheel. But other than that, very similar to this US-made proto wrench. But Western Forge went out of business after 60 some odd years doing work there, and I believe Colorado Springs, making really, really nice blanks for wrenches to be machined with. And so a lot of manufacturers ended up needing to find a new source for where they were going to get their basic forging for their wrench. And so I saw this, I knew it didn't look like the old one, but I also know that everyone that was using Western Forge was finding a new supplier. And so I said, okay, well, I guess that's how SK looks now. And I got this thing, and I think you can tell right away. The chrome plating looks very cheap. This looks like something you would get, I would say, at Harbor Freight, but I think Harbor Freight is actually probably a little nicer these days. It's a very heavy wrench where they've done these kind of cuts that don't really seem to help. It's full thickness, so you don't have any lightening and strengthening, really. It's a funny design. The fit on it is really quite sloppy. I thought this was strange. I said, man, what have I gotten here? And I called SK and said, what is going on with this wrench? And they say, oh, that's our, I forget what they said, consumer line or something. Meanwhile, they say, oh, you can buy the professional line, which you're used to, on the website. So this is the actual SK. This is what I'm going to call the corporate counterfeit, where you see the name, you say, okay, I think that's the quality I'm used to, that's what I want, and then you get something that is very disappointing. I also left a remark about that on Amazon, where I picked this up from, and I got something back that, well, it's on my phone, which I'm videoing with right now, so I can't read it to you exactly, but the response I got back was in broken English. I'm not going to say it was grammatically incorrect, but it was written in such a way that you could definitely tell. I'm not even going to say it was a non-native speaker. I think it was put through a translation app of some type, either Google Translate, something similar to that, because it did not flow in a natural way. It used terms that weren't really the way anyone that speaks English, even as a second language, would speak. I expressed my disappointment in the quality with their using their name on this consumer line or junk line. And I was told that I'd probably be happier if I put the tools away in time. I don't know what that means. But SK got bought out by a Chinese company. I think it's called Great Star or something like that. And so apparently with SK now, you're going to get some stuff that is this. And if you order from their website directly, you get this, which is a nice, some sort of nickel coating. The fit on it is what you would expect from a high quality wrench. It adjusts smoothly throughout the entire travel, doesn't jam up or anything. Just very nice. Good fit on the jaws, not a lot of backlash in it. It's a fairly small head on this wrench. They've kind of always been that way. They don't have the biggest jaw opening, but you do get a smaller head that fits in more places. Very smooth operation through the whole range of travel. It's a strong wrench. Really just very nice. This is what I expect from SK. This is not. This one here, if you run it all the way out, it starts getting very gritty. Like you kind of have to almost help it. And when you start going in, yeah, there we go. It's just that last bit, but to me, something that you're paying money for and expecting an adjustable wrench, it should adjust. Now, most of the travel under an inch works fine. But when it's more open, it starts kind of gritting and binding up. Not what you would anticipate from a legacy brand like SK. And what really is irritating about it is they sell this in a set, 2 wrenches, a 10-inch you see here, which is usually my preference, and a 12-inch for $45, compared to the actual real professional SK being about $52, I think is what this one runs. Of course, that's a good deal, but when you're looking at this one, they're not selling this one side by side. So this is the one where they throw it out there and they try to get you. Not a terrible price compared to this, but when you figure 2 wrenches for $45 and you can get something like Crescent that is made in China, just like this corporate counterfeit SK is, but the Crescent is made in China, but they have actually, maintained a good design. It moves smoothly. The quality control on this is very good. Now you see it doesn't have as nice of a chrome job or nickel, whichever. It's not high end, but it's a decent quality Chinese made adjustable wrench. And these are about 15 to 20 bucks, which to me is very reasonable for what you're getting. Is this expensive? It depends. I like this. I will definitely be using it. This I will definitely be sending back. And this I'm definitely going to keep in my tool bag, mainly to use as a loaner for when people need a wrench and I don't want them losing or messing up my good ones. So just a little conversation about that. I'm going to have another video, they'll probably be out in a few days, where I talk about some of the different wrenches that I've picked up lately, if you're interested in tools, because a lot of the legacy brands that we're used to buying, that we're getting supplies from Western Forge, they've had to make some changes. They're having to source from different places, different manufacturers, different forges. And so things in the adjustable wrench world are a little topsy-turvy right now. So I'm going to be comparing some of the different ones that are available on the market now, kind of give an assessment of them. Not going to be really a torture test because I'm going to just use them at work and see how they do. But we'll have that coming out soon for you. But these are going in the tool bag. This is going back. And I really discourage companies from kind of soiling their name by putting their branding on things that don't match the quality that people have come to anticipate. So I encourage everyone else to kind of do the same. Let's hold these people to a little bit better standard of, when we come to accept something from them, they should keep performing to that level, not using the brand name to get one over on us. So thanks for listening to my little rant, and check back next time for some interesting insights on wrenches. Have a good one, folks.